You see, if you're the sort of person who get into leadership positions, if you're the sort of person who start your own businesses and you have employees, then you must be the sort of person who get a kick out of getting things done. You get a kick out of helping other people. You get a kick out of helping others solving their problems. Not everyone is like you. There are what I call professional troublemakers out there. They are the total opposite of how you are. They get a kick out of causing trouble. They got a kick out of causing other pain and suffering, or bring others down. And then you don't discipline, you don't terminate. What kind of a message are you sending to the troublemaker? By the way, the troublemaker is essentially a 14-year-old little boy in an adult human body. They have a can of spray paint. They're shaking it. They're looking for a pristine, brand new wall, and then leave their art on that wall. And that's the psychology. That's the mentality of a professional troublemaker. For whatever reason, you don't discipline, you don't terminate. What kind of a message are you sending to this troublemaker? They need to cause bigger trouble to get the same high. Let that sink in for a second. They need to cause even bigger trouble, forever bigger trouble, just to get the same high. And then what kind of a message are you sending to the rest of the team? To the below average performers, troublemakers' behavior is very attractive, especially since you don't discipline, you don't terminate. The below average performer just found themselves a brand new role model. What? Scotty is not doing the work. Scotty is causing trouble and he's getting away with it. Why should I do the work? I want to be just like Scotty. This is how bad behaviors spread like cancer. Now, what about the above average performers? What kind of a message did you just send to the above average performers? You just lost their respect. They used to respect you. In the past, you would tell them, hey, can you do this? They'll go, yeah, right. They'll do it with enthusiasm. Now, they look at you, they go, since you're not doing your job, why should I? You're not pulling weight. Why should I? And why should I pull extra weight? Just go in there and fix everything that Scotty breaks. I do something, Scotty breaks it. I have to fix whatever he breaks. And he thinks it's all fun and games. Why should I put up with this? And then what happened to your best performers? You know, he's your best performer, therefore, usually they have the easiest time finding a job somewhere else. And next thing you know, they gone. Because they are the least tolerant to your non-action leadership, non-management, leadership style. You just sit there and do nothing. And then they have to do extra work just to fix everything that Scotty breaks. So next thing you know, they gone. And they gone, your best performer, the one person out of your team of 10, he could be 51% of your productivity. And he's gone. And you're still sitting there, not able to pull the trigger to do the necessary disciplinary actions and termination. And troublemaker is still sitting here causing trouble. And next thing you know, something will hit the fan. Something will blow up. Something will explode. And you will be fired. And after you get fired, how are you going to put food on the table? Feed your children and pay your rent, pay your mortgage, keep up your car payment, and everything else. And the whole time, you were reluctant to terminate, to discipline and terminate the troublemaker because you were worried about the troublemaker needs to feed his own children and pay his rent and pay his mortgage. I know, for the most part, you are a good person. And especially if you met the troublemaker's family and his kids, right? Out of your good heart, you are concerned about him feeding his family. The whole time you were worried sick about he needs to feed his family and pay his mortgage. Do you think he was thinking about you need to feed your children and pay your mortgage? Do you think he gives a bleep? No, he does not. He doesn't even give a bleep about he needs to feed his own children and pay his own mortgage. He's too busy having fun, causing trouble. You might want to write this down. Troublemaker employees, they don't help me to pay my mortgage and feed my children. And whose fault is it that nobody told him that he needs to shape up? It's your fault for not conducting disciplinary action and terminate. Did you know that Abraham Lincoln had a brother who was a drunk? And he would come to Lincoln and ask for money, and over again. Lincoln, being a nice person, Lincoln would just give his own brother money. Oh, it's my brother, you know, he needs money. So Lincoln would give his brother money. And this would happen over and over again. One day, Lincoln had a revelation. Oh my, I'm not helping him, am I? I'm the bad person here. Today, 2020 in America, we would call Lincoln a enabler. So after realizing he was not helping his little brother, So Lincoln wrote his brother a nasty, loving letter, not an email, a letter. Essentially, in the letter, Lincoln said, "My dear brother, you're no good. You don't work. You drink, and you come to me ask for money, and you blow the money. And me giving you money, that's not helping you. I am going to truly help you from this moment on by giving you no money. So there's no money in this letter. Go get a job. Love, your loving brother, Abraham." That's helping someone. Quite often, you don't discipline, you don't terminate, and you're just enabling the troublemaker. Quite often, after you have done all the talking, if they still don't get it, the best way, the most effective way, the only way to truly help them is by making that income disappear, to help them to realize they need to clean up their act and they are responsible for themselves. So termination, make that income disappear. You're doing a good thing. You're helping them to grow. And if by termination they still won't help, then you have done everything you did. All right? Disciplinary action and termination is not harming them, it's helping them. Not taking action, not disciplining, not terminating, you are not helping them. You are harming them. I had a student in my seminar room, and then he said, "Yeah, I used to have this anxiety, but then I got over it very quickly. So I've been a manager for a few years now. I just hire and I fire and I hire and I fire. I always ask people what industry and what profession, and he told me very quickly, aircraft jet engine maintenance." I realized right away, in his position, it's easier to get over that anxiety, because imagine if you were in his position. Can you afford some goofball coming to work, not 100% on the job and goofing off, and he goofed off 0.5 millimeter, and then we killed 400 people? Can you afford to have that on your conscience? I had another manager who was a student in my seminar room. She's about 40 years old. She's a nurse. She manages a whole bunch of entry-level nurses. And she was in the military, and she's very proper, and she loves being a nurse. She loves helping patients, and she loves grooming other nurses. And there is this one nurse under her, and this employee, it's all about tattoos and vacations and get on the internet, and she hates all the patients, and all the patients hates her. And then my student, she knows this employee is no good, but her thinking, her feeling is, I should help this employee. I have to help this employee. And then I explained to her that, but this employee does not want to be helped. You're wasting your time. There are 100 other nurses. They would love to work under you and then receive coaching and grooming from you. But my student, she was so hung up on helping this one bad apple and wasting her whole time away. So I used analogy in her industry. I asked her, I said, so you were a nurse in the military. Did they teach you if the bullets start flying, and if there's one doctor and 2 nurses, and then 100 wounded start coming in, what do you do? Who do you save first? She started teaching me about triage. You know, you quickly go through them, find out who is going to not make it anyway, and who can wait, and who can make it if we operate on this person right away. And then you operate on the ones right away who can make it if you operate on them. You let those who can wait, you let them wait. And those who are going to die anyway, well, there's only 1 doctor and 2 nurses and 100 wounded. So you have to put your resources and limited time to the best bang for the buck. So after she taught me what's triage, right, I turned the mirror on her. I said, so how about this one employee who doesn't want to receive any kind of a coaching, who doesn't want to improve, yet there are 100 nurses out there. They would love to get a job with you. They would love to take this position. They would love to receive training and coaching from you and become a better nurse, become a great nurse just like you. Who do you think you should be helping? Are you doing the society any favor by wasting your time on this one nurse who does not want to be a good nurse? She finally got the message. I understand quite often your logical thinking head says this person should be fired, but your heart, your emotion, for whatever reason, you can't pull the trigger. Quite often, it's because you're being bamboozled. The bad employee is trying to bamboozle you, playing a dirty game on you, and you are not aware of the dirty game that they're playing on you. So I give you some examples. I try to expose some of the dirty games that they are playing on you. And realize they don't care about you. They don't care about you need to pay mortgage, feed your children, you have customers to serve, and they have their own very selfish concerns. And what they're doing is unethical. What they're doing is not moral. Yet they pretend to be on the moral high ground. They pretend that they are more ethical than you. Be very careful. Be aware of those who claim to be on the moral high ground. Usually folks who are perpetually always claiming to be on the moral high ground, accusing others of being unethical. It's just a dirty game they play. They're trying to get other people to trying to put other people on their back foot, so these troublemakers can get away with whatever it is they're trying to get away, and not doing the work yet get a giant cut of other people's labor. So pull them in, all right? I'm sure wherever you are, whatever company, whatever state, you have your own procedures. Follow the procedures, and then follow the HR procedures, and cross your T's and dot all your I's. You might ask me, oh, it's not that easy. It might take a long time. Yes, I know. It might take a long time. But let me ask you this. Do you want to endure this for the next 20 years? Or do you want to take all the necessary steps, legal steps, 3 months, 1 year, and get the bad apple out of here? Here's another technique you can use to get your heart hardened. Let's say Scotty here is a bad employee and he's not performing. So really, he's just a pure cost, right? So I want you to add up his cost, direct and indirect, tangible and intangible. So let's say he's been here for 6 months. So what's his salary? What's his benefit for 6 months? 6 months. And then what about the office space rental? Let's say this office is $1,000 a month, and then we got 10 cubicles here. So he's 10% of that. What about utility bills? You know, electricity in Phoenix in August, that could be $1,000 a month. So he's 10%. And we're paying for 10 parking spaces out there, and he's one of them. And what about the things that he breaks, all the parts, all the supplies that he broke? How much money are those? What about the time and effort and the money we spend having to order replacement parts? Add them up. What about he's affecting the performance of 3 other employees? 4 hours every day. How much money is that? Add them up. What about the time that you wasted on Scotty the troublemaker? What about the time you spent hiring him? The time you spend talking to him, trying to help him, the time you spend worrying about him. What's your hourly rate? What's your benefit? Add the whole thing up. And then we have the intangibles. How about you lost sleep? If you're not romantically involved with Scotty the troublemaker, while you're thinking about him, why you should be in bed? If you lost sleep, if you got insomnia over Scotty, Scotty needs to go. What about the stomach ulcer that Scotty gave you free of charge? What about your family, your spouse, your children have been telling you, mommy and daddy, we know everything about Scotty the troublemaker. What if your spouse has been coming to you and say, hey, honey, can you reduce the number of hours you spend talking to me, telling me about Scotty down to just 25 hours a day, 8 days a week, please? I want you to do your homework, fire up a Microsoft Excel spreadsheet, and add up all the numbers, all the money that Scotty is costing the company. Okay? Add the whole thing up. Direct and indirect. Down the bottom, the figure is going to be at least 10 times his salary, if not 100 times his salary. What about the customer that he ticked off? The customer that you lost because of him? What about, what if it's a wholesale customer? It's $1 million a month. The customer was supposed to be with us for the next 30 years. Because of Scotty, we lost that customer. You do realize it costs money to acquire brand new customers, right? So add the whole thing up. You will be disgusted. I want you to get disgusted. This helps to get your heart hardened. And here's a funny business. If your heart is not hardened, if you're not sure of yourself, when you pull Scotty in for a disciplinary action or termination, when you are not sure of yourself, these people, troublemakers, here's the thing. Their level of emotional intelligence is usually very, very high. And they can sense it. They can just sense it from the tonality of your voice, your body gesture, your hand gesture. They can just sense it. You're not sure about terminating them. You know what they're going to do? They're going to have fun just messing with you. And they think they are winning. However, if your heart is already hardened, you put them into your office, they can sense it right away. And when they sense that your heart is hardened to terminate them, magic may happen. They might just magically shape up because they can sense they're about to get terminated. Or they might just resign because they want to avoid the humiliation of the termination. So you can't do this if your heart is not hardened. And if your heart is not hardened, it's just hard for you. But if your heart is hardened, everything becomes easier. They might improve, they might resign, or you should have no trouble going through the legal procedures to discipline them, and then 3 strikes and you are out. So if you need private coaching, corporate training, or business consulting, just send me an email. Make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, and then share this video with all the other colleagues, good managers, people you're working together with, and learn together. And also hit the notification button So this way, every time I release a brand new coaching video, you will be the first to get notified, so you can start learn right away and get ahead of the competition. Until next time, keep on learning. Coach Michael Lin signing out.